Spending 4 hours in a box together every day can make you say crazy things.
Don't go crazy.
We love you too, Jeremy.
I think what you said makes a lot of sense.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, good morning. Let's see here. Oh, how's it going as being the coach for the T-ball team? Are you guys having meetings?
It's hectic because this is what I did, is I waited for somebody else to say, oh, I signed up to be the coach, because remember, I signed up to be the assistant coach. But then after talking to the organizer yesterday, I had to get my sponsor cleared. More on that in just a second.
Just to be clear, though, you are the head coach, right? Nobody signed up to be the head coach?
Right.
So by you signing up to be the assistant, now you are the only one that showed interest, so guess what?
Mm-hmm. So, I basically, if you remember correctly, I told my wife, I said, listen, I will help out when needed, but I really don't want to be the head coach.
Yeah.
But I'm now the head coach, and I will, face this head on, and I will take on the responsibility. That's cool. Whatever. I've been thrusted into this.
So how many games do you have during your season?
Don't know. I got to figure that out.
Oh, okay.
A lot of things to figure out.
So this is really the beginning stages. You're really haven't got
but yesterday they send an email and it says, by the way, we're going to be sending out some stuff soon. Schedules. We'll be sending out schedules soon. It said that email said, quote, we're going to start games sometime around the 12th
of this month.
Yeah.
Do you have a team together?
Yeah.
You have a roster.
I'm in the process of contacting the parents and trying to organize some kind of practice beforehand. I talked to the guy. He said, well, at this level, you're dealing with 5 and 6 year olds. We usually just, kind of practice 30 minutes before the game, wherever the game's at, and then have them go play a game.
So there's no regular practice. Okay.
That's not how we did it in Templeton last year.
Oh,
I'm now in the slow league. But in Templeton last year, we had separate practice days dedicated to practice, and then the game days were the game days. I think it's a little bit much to ask kids to play baseball for an entire 90 minutes straight. So we're going to figure out some other method to have a practice day for about 45 minutes, and then do the games, like maybe a Thursday or a Friday type situation.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to work okay. Templeton standpoint.
Yesterday we missed it, but it was pay a compliment day, and I didn't pay you a compliment. And I've said this before, but you're a good dad. Look at you.
Oh, thank you.
No, you really
are. I think all dads are good.
That's not true.
Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say all dads are good.
That's not true.
What I'm saying is, most dads probably,
But not most dads would get behind and do this. Most dads like to come home and drink beer or Jack Daniels or, do whatever they do. I mean, not everybody's going to step up for their kid to be their coach. And man, I can't wait. I can't wait for this to start. I can't wait to hear all the fun that you're going to get involved with.
So in that same email that said we're going to start games sometime around the 12th, they said also sponsorships are due tomorrow. Need your logo and confirmation. I'm like, wait, this is the first email you sent out about sponsorships. So I immediately, because it's a slow baseball league, I'm thinking, okay, who's going to benefit from this? I don't do a lot of business in slow. I think I've made that abundantly clear. But I do have one friend who owns a bar. And I shoot Matt a text message, because if I was to give him a call, I would not get the call back ever. But the text message, I get immediate response from him. I text Matt. I'm like, hey, how would you like to sponsor my son's baseball team? He was like, how much is it? I was like, it's $500. He's like, we're in.
There you go. The public house, the Broad Street public house.
We want a picture of the team in front of the public house. So we can put a picture on the wall and root for them. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We can do that.
Hey, you're expected to get all these parents and their kids to go to the bar. They can't go in and get a picture in front of the bar? You can't just get in front of the dugout?
We'll do it one day, when we're right after we do a game here. On one of the.
Are you sure he wants them to be at the bar?
Down the street.
He wants them to be at the bar, not just wearing the T-shirt at the dugout.
I think it'd be good to do it in front of the bar. I mean, why not?
It's just weird.
But
I remember all my team pictures were done like on the field or in front of the dugout, the backstop, and then we would wear the sponsor's shirt.
The logo. It depends on how the logo pops. That's the thing. I don't know.
My dad sponsored a lot
see.
of rec teams because he had his own business like this. It was a clothing store, but and he would have the pictures up. But yeah, whatever. Okay.
Well, it's a great way. To
you know what? Matt should be your assistant coach. He doesn't have any boys. He's got
He
two
doesn't know
wonderful
anything about
girls.
sports
Yeah, I
at
know.
all.
Yeah, but you just need
At
him to bring the orange juice and the orange slices or something, right? Or is that
If
a
he
parent's
wants
job?
to, if he wants to, he can jump.
Do
jump
you
in
have
on
to
that.
coordinate the snack? Is that part of your job as the coach? Is to coordinate the snack?
Yep.
Oh boy, that's going to be.
My wife has decided to take over that responsibility though,
that's
because
nice.
I'd be like,
That's
"Hey, Miller, you're up for snacks."
Yeah, bring
And,
some Doritos.
Like there's not going to be any suggestions coming from me. I'm like, whatever you want to bring.
Yeah,
fine.
because you don't
But
want to
my
get
wife will
involved
be-
with that. That is a political almost mess that you don't want, because some parents are going to be like, oh, it should be fruit or vegetables. Other parents are like, let them have potato chips and soda, so.
So I started second guessing my sponsorship choice after getting confirmation from him. I'm like, I don't know if the slow baseball is going to be cool with Broad Street Public House, because
It's a
what is
bar.
Broad Street Public? It's not a bar; it's a public house. It serves beer and wine.
It's a bar.
And food, and they serve some food, and it's a place for adults to hang out. And I started second guessing, and so I called up the coordinator. I'm like, "Hey, are you guys cool with them as a sponsor?" He's like, "I don't know. You got to talk to the sponsorship coordinator." And she's busy, so just forward me the logo and what they do, and I'll get it okayed. Well, come to find out, I think it's Live Oak Brewery is sponsoring a team as well. So they're like, "Oh yeah, you're fine." And I sometimes forget. Like I go to some of my kids' functions, and there'll be like a wine component to it.
Sure.
Where we live, you know, I forget
booze
where
is
we
cool
live.
here. Booze is cool.
Yeah,
And now, if
it's
it was
hilarious.
a tobacco store, you're out. If they sold cigarettes and cigars, I don't think so. But
Well, because it's not North Carolina, but because it's wine country, it's fine. North Carolina, I'm sure Marlboro can sponsor a T-ball team.
what about like a weed shop? Could we get a cannabis shop as a sponsor?
I started thinking about that after having the discussion and going through everything and getting it cleared. I was
do you
thinking,
do that?
How far can you push it?
Yeah, right.
Can Garden State Nectar be the sponsor?
They should, but there would be
Baseball
issues.
team.
Parents would be upset. They would be like, "Oh, my kid's not playing."
Spending 4 hours in a box together every day can make you say crazy things.
Don't go crazy.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, Jeff and I are sitting here. We got a new poll question up. We're asking you what the best fast food fish sandwich is. The reason is because everybody's bringing back their sandwich. If you didn't hear the show yesterday, Lent is starting on Friday. Or is
No,
it
it starts
today?
today.
Is it
It starts
today?
today.
I'm sorry. I don't know this thing.
of
Mardi Gras
Catholic are
Fat
you?
Tuesday was yesterday. What's that? What'd you say?
What kind of Catholic are you?
Yeah, I'm a Christian, I think is what my wife told me. I don't really claim any religion. So I just believe in the Almighty. But anyways, so I remember McDonald's, they used to do Filet-O-Fish Fridays, and they had all different kinds of deals. Sometimes you get them for $1, sometimes you get 2 for $5 or whatever. And so we were asking you, what is the absolute best fast food fish sandwich? Because
Does the King do fish sandwich? I think it's called the Big Fish. Or
oh
something
yeah,
like that.
the King does it. Yeah, they do.
Is it good?
I've had it once. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't beat my favorite is the Filet-O-Fish, which actually comes in number 10 on this list from ThrillList.com.
Yeah, definitely.
You're familiar with ThrillList. They do a lot of lists. And this is not Ranker, so this isn't the one where you can just move it up and down. This is an official poll.
Oh,
where
I
they
like
went
Ranker.
out.
I like Ranker better
Well,
because that's the populist.
But it's always moving.
Opinion.
That's the only problem.
That's
It's
fine.
always moving.
That's fine because
I want
certain things
solid
get
numbers.
better over time. Certain things get worse over time.
Have you ever had the one at Carl's Jr.? The beer battered fish sandwich?
No, I have not.
Comes in number 11 on the Thrill List top fish sandwiches, fast food fish sandwiches. McDonald's and the Filet-O-Fish, which I've always loved it. It comes in at number 10. The King,
No.
the big
No.
big
That's the
fish sandwich
worst.
at the King at the Burger King comes in at number 9. So look at this.
Is Jack in the Box is on the thrill list? Because I
It
know
is.
Jack in the Box
It is.
regional.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay, because I think Jack in the Box is the best I've ever had. I was pleasantly surprised.
The one fast food
at
restaurant
the JIB
that I've always wanted to try and I've never had a chance is White Castle, and they apparently do a panko breaded fish slider because that's what they're known for, right? The White Castles. Arby's comes in at number 7 with their crispy fish sandwich, and then there's some place called Checkers. I don't know what that is. Culver's, we talked about that yesterday. They're in Arizona. Jack in the Box in at number 4. Now, the Jack in the Box sandwich is a good
fish sandwich. Jeremy.
Yeah, it's got lettuce on it. It's got the tartar sauce. Haven't had it in a while. And let's see. Whataburger, which is another place I'd like to try. I have no idea. Ooh, Long John Silver's comes on like a one of those longer buns, like you put a giant hot dog in, or what?
But that's what they do. They do fish. You know, I mean, like they should be atop the list.
They have pickles
They shouldn't
on
be
theirs.
at number. Huh?
They have pickles on theirs.
Yeah, I saw that Popeyes is going to do pickles on theirs. They're going to do theirs like they do their chicken sandwich, except for it's got a big meaty fillet on it.
We don't have Long Johns around here, do we?
No.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Long John Silver's.
You'd be happy to know, with pickles on it, the number 1 fish sandwich, according to ThrillList.com. Popeyes Cajun Flounder. Yeah.
Flounder, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got to get that.
2 locations to serve you in San Luis Obispo. Well, 1 location in San Luis Obispo County, one in Santa Barbara County. Or, well, at least in Santa Barbara. All right, enough with the drums.
My son,
Popeye Cajun, number 1.
I lobby Paso Robles to put an Aldi in one of their empty stores, or an Aldi's. He is going to lead the charge for the Popeyes. My son, he loves Popeyes.
Oh, who doesn't love Popeyes?
And he's like, how come there's no Popeyes here? I was like, well, we got to go slow if you want to have Popeyes. He's like, oh, I don't like that Popeyes. You got to stand in line and wait in there forever.
He wants to do the drive-through.
It's a fast food.
He's like me. Him and I could. Man, I tell you, we could hang out. If we ever hang out, we're going to Popeyes. You know what I like about Popeyes that is hit and miss. I feel like, unless I'm wrong, because I've only been there a handful of times. Is one time I got there. They have wings, and you could just get a box full of wings. I don't know. I think it was a dozen wings. And I was like, that was the best meal. It was just, and it was like $17. And I got the spicy, breading on it. And then I got that what do they call that? Sweet fire sauce or something like that. Their house, so good. It's like a sweet buffalo. Anyways. But you don't always see that, right?
No, you don't. Popeyes is good.
Is Del Taco around?
I hate Popeyes because they made people kill each other over their chicken sandwich, but I can't deny it.
What about the other people? They were just as involved because it was a race between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes.
Yeah, but Chick-fil-A eased off on the throttle, and Popeyes was like, nope, you know what? Ours is super exclusive. Sometimes we have it, sometimes we don't. We're going to run out. That was part of their marketing plan. You don't run out of chicken sandwiches if you're a chicken restaurant, okay? You just don't. It doesn't happen. Get some other chicken and put it on a piece of bread and say, okay, this is our chicken sandwich today. It was a ruse, a big ruse, and I will never forget the Popeyes organization for that. That being said, it is my favorite choice for chicken, even over Chick-fil-A.
So the one that we have to put on here too is because we have them in the area is Wendy's. Wendy's has got a
Thank you.
sandwich
I was looking
they're
for
bringing
another
back.
one.
Yeah, Wendy's. They're
Where
welcoming back
did it
the
score?
crispy panko fish sandwich. It's not even on the top 11 or 10 or whatever it was from Thrill List. What was that? A top 10? Yeah,
okay.
Top 11.
Well, maybe it's because they're just introducing it or something.
Well, they're bringing it back. Yeah, so they haven't had it for a while. So, but we should definitely include that. And you can hear the texts coming in, 805-543-3693. We'll let this marinate. We'll come back. We'll run down some of your thoughts.
You don't marinate
You can
fish.
text in.
You don't marinate.
Marinate the text line. Don't get confused.
Careful. You don't want to learn from this. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
So I know that we've moved on to bigger and better things with the SurfNet Communication poll question with fish sandwiches and which fast food restaurant has the better fish sandwiches. But I wanted to bring closure because it was one of the most voted in polls that we've had in recent history, which is very strange given the content on it. I mean, we do a lot of polls about, mask mandates and all that stuff when it was important 2 weeks ago.
You think that's because I said nobody votes in it, so then everybody had to prove me wrong and go vote in it?
Maybe. I don't know. But I was really surprised to see. Okay, now remember, the reason why we did the poll question in the first place was because some loaded poll paid for by Hollywood basically paid for the results that they got. And this is all speculation, but I think it's warranted speculation, because they said that 3 in 4 people are going to watch the Oscars this year. And they released this a month ahead of time to get people like us talking about it. So we can go ahead and let people know when the Oscars is. I still don't know when it is, so that's fine. Let's not even look into it. It doesn't matter at this point. Because in our poll question, you know what percentage said that they will be watching the Oscars this year?
I'm guessing somebody went in and said, I'm going to be different. Very low, though. Very low. I would say under 10%.
This is the most votes that we've received on a poll question in over 3 months. Holding the number up right here, Jeremy, like Tony V.
Oh, okay.
Except for I'm missing one digit. 4%. 4%.
That's Tony Ventrella, by the way, if you were from the Northwest and you remember.
Tony Ventrella.
But he would do the big 5 at 5, wouldn't he?
Yeah. He would hold up the number 5 and he'd put his giant mitt right in front of the camera. That poll said 74% were going to watch the Oscars. Our poll said 4% were going to watch the Oscars. Now, there is another 4% that said maybe a little.
Okay.
And another 4% that said, I'll watch the clips online afterwards.
So 16% total are going to watch.
No, 12%.
Oh,
total.
12%. Okay.
That's the math coming into play again.
If you've got 4%, 4%, and 4%, that's 16%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. And I'll tell you why. Because okay, you're right. That's 12. All right, that's 3 times 4 is 12. Yes, I know that. I do know that. I was thinking there was another 4 in there. A lot of 4s. 4 squared is? Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, that would be the 16 that you're looking for. Then
I've been doing a lot of square root problems on my
66% said no, they're not watching it at all, and 20% said they didn't even know, or 21% said they didn't even know what the damn Oscars were.
Yeah. Well,
for a collective,
come on,
87% said that they're not watching. So their poll said 74% of people are watching. Our poll said 87% of people aren't watching. I guess you got to tune in or don't tune in. Actually, the day after,
March 27th, isn't it?
See what the ratings are on it, and be like, oh yeah, I guess we were a little wrong on our summation because we said 80 million people were going to be watching the Oscars, but only 8 million people did it. And 8 million you can make sound big. And they'll probably do that. They'll come out the day after the Oscars. They're like, oh my gosh, 8 million people watch the Oscars. That's less than a football game in the NFL. Okay. So
I don't even know what's on Sunday nights anymore because I don't watch live TV now that I'm a streamer.
Nobody does, Jeremy. Nobody does.
Now that I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer. I just stream my shows. I don't watch the Oscars.
And I'm really bad at math.
That didn't ram. Right.
That did not ram.
Damn it. Yeah. This is Dumbass of the Day, and it's brought to you by California Diesel and RV. If it runs on diesel, they're your people. They're in Oceano. They work on fleet vehicles, trucks, RVs. It doesn't matter. If it's got a diesel engine, you got to give them a call. It's our friends over there at California Diesel and RV.
How pathetic can some people be?
Now, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and I like to stay clean. I get into an argument all the time with a friend of mine about drugs because nobody knows what to do about drugs anymore. My friend always says, if you legalize drugs, people won't take them anymore. Which I think is kind of a stupid argument myself. I think the only way people would ever stop taking drugs is if you made them legal, but to get them, you had to pick them up at the Department of Motor Vehicles. What do you mean this isn't the crack line? I've been on this line for 2 hours. That sucks. I'm going straight. Forget about it.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
This happened in North Carolina. Apparently, there was a woman that had a license plate, custom plate on her car, that started getting complaints. I can't believe people have this kind of time on their hands to call the DMV and complain about somebody's license plate. The license plate is spelled F-A-R-T-S-M. Fartsum.
It's not Fart Santa Maria?
No, it's actually Friends of Asheville Recreation Trails, Smoky Mountains. It's a club.
Okay.
And so she got this.
So it's legit.
Yeah, it is actually a legitimate thing. And she got a letter from the DMV, and she just started laughing because she never even thought about it. I guess you look at it, I see fart, SM, but farts M, whatever. But she started laughing, so she threw it up on Reddit, which a lot of people do. I don't spend a lot of time there, but I think, it's like a chat room, right, or something along those lines. People can comment. A lot of comments were coming in, and they were all laughing as well. So she wrote a petition letter back to the DMV. She had 30 days to do so. She explained that she was a part of this Friends of the Asheville Recreation Trail in the Smoky Mountains, and that's what Fartsum stands for. And just to make sure that they would believe her, she then went and created a website called fartsum.com. Unfortunately, they wrote back and they said that there was a mistake that this was ever issued to you in the first place, and it's being recalled. So she's losing her Fartsum customized license plate because some sensitive socialist wrote in to the DMV, go back to Canada. You're in the wrong country. This is still a place where we have freedom of speech. How is that offensive?
Friends of
Asheville Recreation Trails. Fart. Asheville Recreation Trails. F-A-R-T. And then Smoky Mountains. And it says fart, by the way, on the license plate, and the SM. Fart goes left to right. SM goes up and down. Smoky Mountains. So you get the S and then the M. It's smaller and it's off to the... So really it just says fart on the license plate. It's somebody was offended.
The fire department ones around here, like firefighters, they'll have like some letters off to the side.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So it just says fart in big letters.
I'm ready to put all these people on a boat and send them to some island somewhere.
Well, why don't they just change it?
Why does she have to change it at all?
Well, I never understood this with abbreviations.
It's not a swear word.
I know. Whatever. There's going to be jerks out there that ruin the party for everybody, Jeremy. But in order to appease both parties, she would not say diddly if it was F-O-A-R-T. Friends of Asheville
True.
Recreation Trails.
That is one way to do it, but, then it's not cute and funny. So
we don't have time for cute and funny in this country anymore, Jeremy. Come on. Everything must be serious and can offend no one. I just want to know. I want to meet the person that is offended by the word fart. And
it's the same person that thinks no matter what they should do, they should get an equal wage as somebody else. It's the same person that believes that everybody should pay their way while they sit at home. It's the same person that believes that they should get medical coverage even though they don't do anything to earn it. It's their right because they're human. Ugh. It'd be great if we had a time machine. We could send some of these people back in time before there was all these luxuries in life that if you work for, you get.
Oh, I can't believe that's on the license plate. I'm going to call somebody.
I'm going to write the deal. You know why they have all this time to do this? Because they don't have a job.
Yeah, they should give them a job. But the problem is they won't stay in the job because they'll complain about the job.
Oh, that person has a car?
Nobody wants to employ somebody who's going to complain about the job.
I have to ride
for morale around the office.
That person actually has their own car. I have to ride the bus. That's not fair. I'm going to ride them in. I finally found a way to get somebody back that earned something. Well, I sit around here and eat government food and ride government transportation.
So offensive, that fart. F-A-R-T. And the funny thing about it is, that's kind of a good cause, the recreation trails.
Yeah, get out and exercise.
Ashland area. What is it, Asheville? Asheville area? It's a good cause,
Congratulations to this piece of crap that wrote in. Ugh. That's all I got to say that I can say on the radio. I don't know why this is bothering me so much. I'm so tired. Why don't you just stay in your own lane, people? Mind your own business. You're Jeff and Jeremy.
Mind your own business. That's good advice.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ. Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.